Welcome back, Warriors. Another episode of Vigor Warriors 2. And I'm moving on here in a second, but I figured I'd do another video before I had to run around and do a bunch of errands. Hope everyone is well. Uh, Once again, subscribe, like, and comment on our videos in this channel. And hopefully it's things that can help you give a little insight of things through a lot of my history and experience, and hopefully passing it on to some of the older and younger people that can use it to benefit themselves. And that's kind of the purpose of the channel. I obviously focus on a lot of males my age, only because that's kind of the category I'm in. But certainly females, I think, are really important information for them as well. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. And then certainly young people, males and females, it's always important to kind of know a lot of this information and at least experiences, and you can kind of judge for yourself if it's right or wrong. So let's talk today about the idea that she expects you to be in charge. She expects you to be in a position where you can make decisions. And this is important. I don't care how strong the female person is. I don't care how strong, the situation is for you. You have to maintain a level of strength. And I've heard this over and over again, from especially younger women who struggle to find a strong man. They may have males that I put into this kind of beta category who are very weak-minded, who, like last thing we talked about was making decisions and making them quickly and sticking to them. A lot of beta males can't do that. And if you're in that category, you need to kind of think about that importance of getting people respected and not caring what people think. You have to kind of make a decision based on what you feel is right and moving in that direction. And you have to have the strength and the will to realize that what you're doing is correct. Eventually, it will turn out for you, though it may not look like it at that moment. But let's go back to this whole thing. Remember, guys, there is masculine and feminine energy. And you have the masculine energy. I'm talking about the males here. You're focusing on looking at situations, making decisions, strong decisions. I've been married almost 30 years, and I've raised 2 daughters, and I've had lots of students, female students, all kinds of different situations through my history of my life. And I can tell you that 99.9 cases, the female really wants you to be strong, not somebody they can push around. Now, they may be okay with that for a short period of time, but what they're really expecting is someone that they can feel secure is going to be a strong male. Now, they may be very strong themselves, and that's always very possible. But they're still expecting you to have that strength. Because when it comes down to it, you're the man who has that vigor and vitality. You're the man that has to lead that relationship, as I've been told many, many times. And I think when you're in a situation like this, you have to be the person who has some level of control in yourself. Now, if you can't control yourself, you cannot control situations around you. This is why we go back to this thing, this retention. We go back to this self-control. This leads to a lot of other positive behaviors. If you do this, people will respect you a lot more. People will listen to you more. They will be, looking at you and saying, okay, I agree with what this person's doing. I may even disagree, but I respect the person's leadership. I respect the person's ability to stand up for themselves. And so you're in a decision-making situation. There's nothing wrong with getting feedback. Whether you're at work and you're a supervisor. I was an administrator for many years in a college level, and I could tell you that it really people do not want to follow a weak leader. They want to follow somebody who's strong, and they want to follow somebody who can make decisions quickly and who sticks by those decisions. And that shows your strength of character. And a lot of that comes from that self-control that you get when you're on your purpose, when you're kind of exuding confidence that I'm not being distracted by things. I'm on a goal and purpose and where I'm heading to. The key to so much of this is basically saying, okay, I'm going to be the leader in this situation. Doesn't mean you're abusing your power or control, anything like that. We're just talking about how you're behaving and how you're thinking mentally and how you're behaving to say, okay, I'm going to make quick decisions. I'm going to go ahead and do things that I feel are right. And so that is very high respected, especially in the female population. And I think you have to kind of look at that and say, okay, if you want to be respected by males and females, especially females, and you want to be attracted and be attractive, socially attractive, you're going to get that type of behavior because you're in command. And in a lot of cases, I've been told, many, many times by different people, especially different women, they expect you to make a decision. So, for example, if you're saying, where do you want to go eat, right? You're getting some feedback, but then you're still making a decision saying we're going to go here. Now, so you can always choose to say no, right? But you're sticking to your gun and you're saying I'd like to go eat here. Now, she will respect that. Whether she agrees with it or not, she will respect that. And I think it's important to kind of put that out there. Now, if you have a discussion and you change your mind slowly again, well, that's a whole different matter. But you have to be strong and put out your command, your idea, whatever it is at that point. Now, I'm not talking about this in a negative way, not obviously manipulation or anything like abuse or things like that. What I'm talking about is a strength of character, a confidence to know, okay, this is what I want. If women know what you want, then they're going to respect you a great deal. Okay? If they don't know what you want, and they're not knowing what you want in a relationship, you don't want this, you don't even know where you want to go eat, you don't know this, then you're going to suffer as far as being in control. And women expect this. Women expect you to have some level of control. Now, the problem I see with a lot of the younger generation is that we're losing that. A lot of the young males especially don't have that leadership quality that we need to have. And I think some of that is because some of them, they may not have, they come from broken homes, no father, not a good role model, and the male generation is suffering through a lot of a lack of leadership type of qualities. And I really believe that. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos, to kind of put that out there, so we can kind of look back at that and say, okay, maybe we need to regain some of those back. Right or wrong, if a person's out there making decisions and being tough and strong, then you know that they're a worthwhile person to follow. And that's what happens in a lot of cases with people. People will follow you, and this is males and females, because they see you as a true leader. So that's kind of the key to a lot of this. But once again, women will expect you to be in charge. They'll expect you to make decisions. And for a lot of the younger males here, you need to kind of do that. Now, one of the best ways to start doing that and gaining confidence in yourself, in my opinion, is going back to this retention. If you're able to do this and kind of do it for a period of time, you're going to get more confident. You're going to be able to say, okay, I'm going to take a chance and a risk on this. Even approaching a young lady who you think is an attractive young woman that you may never approach before, you will now. And once again, you have a conversation with them, but then now you're not afraid. You're not as anxious because you have retained your energy. And now you're also focusing on now saying, okay, these are the things that I want to do, and we're going to do. Now, she may still reject you. May she say, no, I don't want to do that. Well, then you have to be able to handle rejection, guys. And once again, in my opinion, rejections means, well, it's your loss. Just move on. Go on to somebody else. But chances are, more times than not, that person is going to respect the fact that you're making a decision. Now, the other thing in negotiations we talked about, you have to have the ability to walk away. You can't be desperate. Desperate people are weak people. You have to say to yourself, okay, I'm making a decision. This is what we want to do. If you like it, fine. If you don't like it, well, then I'll just go myself, And then that's the kind of thing that you got to have. Now, I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. But what I'm saying to you is you have to be in command of yourself and be in charge. And that's expected. And once again, women expect you to be in command, in charge, to be able to kind of do things that are important in a relationship with that person. And they're craving for that type of stuff. And I hear it all the time, the lack of that. There's a lot of good-looking guys and gals out there. There's a lot of good-looking people out there, looking highly intelligent, successful. But not a lot of people have that ability to be leaders. And I think that's what's needed in relationships a little bit more now than we have. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with having very strong men and women. But the bottom line is that in this case, women especially, they really expect you to have some leadership qualities. All right. Once again, subscribe, hit the like button, comment, and we'll see you at the next video. Battle on. This is Vigor Warriors 2 channel, signing off for now.